Okay, we should be live now.
Alrighty, welcome everyone to the April 8th edition of the Colorado NENA State Executive Meeting. So I'd like to call the meeting to order to start off with. First order of business, as always, is reviewing the March meeting minutes or the previous month's meeting minutes. Due to the conversation that we've been having in the email, these minutes were uploaded as a draft form to the website.
Okay,
Was everyone able to jump on the website and welcome everyone. Alrighty, can I get a motion to approve the meeting minutes from March 8th?
I'll move.
Thanks, Brad. Can I get a second?
This is Kathy. I'll second.
Thank you, Kathy. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Awesome. The meeting minutes from March have been approved. Moving into the next order of business is always appreciation. So this is a time for anybody on the call to express appreciation to anyone else in the state.
Yeah, this is Kathy. I would like to express appreciation for Jody and all the work she's been doing with the bank and getting the credit card for the chapter. It's not been easy steps, so thanks, Jody.
I definitely second that appreciation. That emails that I keep getting forwarded from you, Jody, I don't envy your conversations with them now.
It's been a process and it's still ongoing, but happy to help.
The bank stuff is always tough, so good job, Jody.
Thanks. And especially we have a new guy too that's not even the same guy that Kathy and I initially started talking to, so that always makes it fun as well. So, but we're getting there.
Alrighty, any other appreciation that anyone wants to voice? Alrighty, we'll move into the treasurer's report. Miss Jody, you're back up.
All right, I'll give you guys a camera there so you can see me. So in our checking account, we have $4,429.75. In our savings, we have $101,375.27. If I can get over into this other piece, we have two outstanding checks, one for $282.09 for the conference ribbons and one for $278 for our North Metro insurance. And then I do have 3 or 4 outstanding invoices to vendors for conference payments. And I don't know if they're going to show up by check. And I assume they are since I haven't seen payment on those yet. But otherwise, that is all I have for the treasurer's report.
Awesome, thank you. Any questions for Ms. Jody Chen? Awesome, can I get a motion to approve the April treasurer's report?
It's Jennifer, so moved.
Thank you, Jennifer. Can I get a second?
Yvette seconds.
Thank you, Avalos. All those in favor of approving the April treasurer's report signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Alrighty, the treasurer's report for April has been approved. Thank you. Moving into committee chair reports. Starting off, Kathy Rayleigh, still talking about money. What you got, Kathy?
Well, I think I'll just, to make sure everybody's on the same page, the problem that we're having with the credit card is that 2 cards were issued, which is what the board had decided. But for one reason or another, they didn't give us the limit that we asked for, and there's actually only $1,000 to be used between both cards. So I'm going to give Thomas a call today and see what it would take, or if we, oh, hang on just a second, sorry. Or if we need to just go a little while and like build up the credit and to get, more available credit on the cards, or what the deal is with that. Other than that, there's not too much going on. I check the mailbox for checks that may come in for the conference, and there were none last week. I haven't checked yet this week.
Alrighty, ma'am. And underneath your name on the agenda today, there is a mark for Finance Chair bylaws change. Is there something we need to discuss about that?
Sure, that'd be great. So I had kind of polled the board and talked about this probably, I don't know, a month or so ago. And my idea is, because I think it would be beneficial to any new treasurer coming in, is that the outgoing treasurer moves into the finance chair position, at least for 1 year, because then they can work with the treasurer when questions come up. You know, there's things that I put when I wrote the responsibilities, but it seems like once a month, Jody's emailing me with something that I forgot because we only handle it, you know, once a year. So that was my proposal. And if everybody's on board with that, I'd like to go ahead and put that in the bylaws or write a draft of it.
No, that would be great, Kathy. If you could get the draft sent up and email it to Matt and myself, and then we will post it for review at the next meeting. And then we can discuss, clean it up, and have it in by, what is that, June's meeting.
Okay, perfect. I will do that, and I'll send it to you guys. Thanks.
Hey, Brad, so the next meeting that we'll have is at conference. Are we going to need to change anything about getting that out before then?
No, we can post it like we did the minutes and just have it available. We can, when we're having the meeting, just mention what it does, what it says, what its intention is, and then have it for review for anybody to give any comment after that for the 30 days before we vote on it at the next meeting.
Okay, that makes sense. All righty, thank you both. Any other questions for Kathy and the Finance Committee? All righty, moving on down the list, Membership Committee. Scott or Kimber, are you guys on? Not seeing them. Val, did you get anything?
I did not receive anything from anyone on the committees.
Oh, okay. That makes it easy for the rest of them. Conference Committee, Ms. Avalos, the floor is yours.
All right, so we're like probably a month out for the conference. We switched to monthly meetings for the conference committee. We did put out our not only conference app, but chapter app out for everyone. So if you haven't had a chance to look at it, that is up, and that's what we will mainly use to send notifications during the conference and leading up to the conference, aside from posting on Facebook and emails from Nina and AppGo. Aside from that, we're just kind of working on cleaning everything up and making sure everything is set up for the conference, getting our agenda ready and spots ready for all of the work that'll need to be done for that. And I think that is all.
Wonderful. Thanks, Yvette. Anybody got any questions for Yvette or the conference committee? Awesome.
Was looking for my unmute button. This is Karen. Just a quick question on how often the exhibitor list is being updated, because I think we're still missing on there. Okay, it should have been handled at least last week. Joe, will you let me know if it wasn't sent, and I will make sure that happens. Perfect.
Daryl, I'm actually looking at that list and right now, and it looks like Eve did sign you guys up for a vendor booth, Karen, and then asked to be invoiced, and so I sent that invoice out.
Okay, we were
email
last week to Silver, so
I'm sorry, say that again.
She was going to update last week to Silver sponsor.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
It is. I just updated it this morning, actually, because Jody was looking for a few
And
folks.
so, Bruce, do I need to send them out a new invoice then, or how do you want to do that?
For the upgrade to silver, let me.
I mean, we
Let
can
me-
certainly talk offline, but
I'll
so
send
there's-
Eve. I'll send Eve a message and find out how she wants to deal with it.
okay, that sounds good. Because I don't believe we received a check yet for the vendor booth. So I think if they
Okay.
just want me to send out a new invoice, I'm happy to delete the old one and send out a new one.
Perfect, thank you.
And the conference committee decided not to post people to the website or the app until after the invoice has been paid. So as soon as that's been paid, then I can get that updated.
That's perfect. We'll light a fire. Not literally,
Alrighty.
because of,
Karen, can I put that on my P card so it's quicker?
you sure can.
Okay.
Thanks, Bruce.
Alrighty. Any other comments or questions for the conference committee? And taking a slight sidebar, Karen and Bruce, since we were both talking with you, I did see your messages in the call stat. So anybody listening online or in the recording, definitely jump onto the NENA website or text the different NENA numbers to the 71777 to support either Bruce or Karen in the Gold Line Derby, or support both of them. So I will try to figure out a way to share that by the end of the meeting, just so that we can get both of you guys' info up there to support you for the Derby.
Awesome. And that's one of the things that the board took on this year, using the fun derby aspect of Louisville to do. But we've seen just how important these scholarships are and how they have really just kickstarted some careers in public safety telecommunications to levels that we never imagined.
Yeah, totally. And we're super grateful for any and all of your support. So you can see my cute little avatar on my LinkedIn page. And Bruce always dresses so dapper. So he always can rock a Kentucky Derby.
Oh, I will.
Alrighty, so there's Karen's supporting her for the Gold Line Derby.
No, Karen has more support than I do.
And then pulling up Bruce's.
I'm sorry. Are you asking us to choose between who to support? Because
No, I would never do that. Never.
There's Bruce's info. Alrighty, everybody. Sorry, quick sidebar.
Thanks, Adam.
Yes, sir. Moving into the next one, outreach with Miss Ashley.
I don't have anything today.
Alrighty, thank you, Ashley. Moving into, well, I guess does anybody have questions for Miss Ashley? Kathy?
I don't have a question for Ashley. I was going to ask Jody. I did instruct, it was the Avalanche. I did ask them to refund that money. Have you seen it come back yet?
I have not.
Okay.
We'll keep checking and let you know when it does.
Okay, well, I'm going to follow up because we've been playing phone tag, and I've left them messages and sent them emails. There's been 2 people who've called me, both all 4 asking them to refund. So it'd be $200 coming back.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out.
Alrighty, thank you, ladies.
That's all I had. Sorry.
We're just full of sidebars today. It's all right. Moving into the next committee report, technology, Daryl.
Sorry, speaking of technology, I clicked the wrong button to unmute myself and almost ended the stream. Just a note on the conference app. The conference app, as you know, Bruce negotiated with the company, chapter members in the future please remember that as a possible channel. I also have it set up so that anything we send out as a push notification over the app will also be automatically posted to the Facebook page, or can be. You can do them separately, or you can have it automatically posted to the Facebook page. So keep that in mind, and if there's ever anything that you want to go out, I also have Matt set up as a person who can send out push notifications because he asked for that access. But if there's anybody else on the board that you would like to have that access, I can get you set up to do that as well. And that's really all I have.
Okay, thanks, Daryl. Any comments or questions for technology? All right, we'll move into education. Jennifer?
Okay, so we've been working with partners at the state on bringing mental health first aid classes to various locations around the state. I'm happy to announce that we have dates and times for 3 locations. One.
Jennifer, you muted yourself halfway through that.
For goodness sakes, I'm sorry. We have one class in Yuma on September 28th, one class in Centennial, in Sterling on August 25th, and one class in Lyman on October 14th. So I will send these flyers to Daryl so he can put them up on our website. We'll also be working on getting the word out to comm centers in those areas so that they know and can plan to attend. This is probably all news to the education committee because I've been woefully overtasked, my own fault lately, and we haven't had a meeting. And so to that end, I'm going to ask people on the education committee if anyone wants to take over being chair, because the committee does great work, but they're being hampered by me at this point. And so I think I need to resign my position as the education committee chair and open it up to others who have more time to devote to this very worthy process or progress. Project, good God. I'm so sorry.
Alrighty, thanks, Jennifer. If you need any assistance with finding a new chair or anything, or if you want to have us put it out to all membership, just let me know.
Well, that's totally up to you, Mr. President. If you want to put it out or if you want me to offer it to people on the education committee first, I will follow your guidance.
I honestly think you've got a pretty strong team, and it is always great to have somebody take over who knows what you're already got balls rolling on. So I will leave that in your court.
Thank you.
Alrighty, thanks, Jennifer. Any questions for Jennifer? I don't know if I asked that already. Cool beans. Hearing nothing, we'll move on to bylaws. I don't see Matt on the meeting.
Oh, Matt is at his brother's wedding right now, so I'm going to talk in his stead. So far with bylaws, we're going to get Kathy's stuff hopefully this week, next week, and we can start working on it. We have done an initial first run over of the entire bylaws again. Lots and lots and lots of review stuff. Most of it's grammatical, capitalizations and Oxford commas and that kind of stuff. As I reviewed the entire document, I didn't see a whole lot that was of concern. If there is anything that anybody has that they've gone through on the bylaws that they see that they think should be changed, as far as structure or content, please let us know, and we're going to be working on that to get it out in the next couple of meetings.
Alrighty, thanks for taking over that, Brad. Any questions for Brad, Matt, or bylaws? All right, moving into chapter historian. I don't believe I see Nate on the call.
That's all right. This is Kathy. He's working the floor all day. The only update that he sent me is that he said Daryl found a way to make the history easier to read on the website, and he is asking if some people could go on there and then let him know if anything needs to be added or tweaked. He would appreciate it.
And Kathy, this is Daryl. I just recently got the go-ahead from him to finish that reformatting of the history page, so it might not be worth people looking at it yet because the new version isn't updated yet. But as soon as that's done, I'll let everyone know so you can go take a look at it. And what I'm going to do is similar to what I'm doing with the conference schedule. Now, if you go to the conference schedule page, you can click on each session and it'll drop down more information about the session. So what I'm doing with the history page is for each year, there'll be a drop down box and you can see what information is in there for each year. So it'll be a little bit easier to navigate. It will still have the nice Excel spreadsheet that Nate put together available for download on the page, but it just didn't display very well on the website.
Sounds perfect, Daryl. Thanks. I'll let Nate know.
Awesome. Thank you, Kathy, for giving that update for him. Next is ProChart Committee. As a reminder to everybody, the ProChart Committee is vacant for a chair, so if you know anybody that has a knowledge of ProChart, definitely shoot their name up so that we can get them moving on some of the ProChart stuff. Peer support, Raylene is at work on the floor. She said that she did not have an update for peer support, but I'm going to go grab her for new business because she's got some election stuff to talk about. For TERT, I do not see Linnell on, so we're going to move past TERT. Professional development, Mr. Flanagan.
Yeah, much like Jennifer, this last month has been pretty crazy busy. Professional development, we're going to start working on some stuff at conference. We've got the one course about building your career, and Adam Tim is working on a new product that is his employee emotional IQ survey. And he's going to build a one-pager that we're going to add to our stuff kind of as a, hey, if you're looking to develop not only with your knowledge base, but with your emotional intelligence, here's another resource. So that's interesting. And Kathy, you've got something?
Actually, it's about TERT. So if you want to finish this part, I just wanted to talk about something that we did this past month.
No, okay, sorry. As far as the professional development goes, we're getting ready to, we've got the pillars out and we've got some of the ideas to develop the RPL projects, and then working into some of the different certifications that people can and should be looking into. So if anybody has any recommendations outside of EMP, RPL, CPE, by all means, please let me know so we can start looking into those and create some, I guess, bios on each one of those so people can kind of start making decisions on those.
Awesome. Thank you, Brad. Any questions for professional development? All righty. Miss Kathy, I apologize for jumping so quick past TERT. Go for it, man.
That's okay. On March 29th, I'm part of the Member Chapter Services Committee for APCO. And on March 29th, we did a webinar for TERT. I just wanted to give kudos to Nate because he was on the webinar and he represented Colorado very well. It went well. I think we had right around 70 people on the webinar, and it was very informative. So I just wanted to say thanks to Nate, even though he's not on the call.
Awesome. Thank you, Kathy. And thank you, Nate. I'm sure you'll see this recording later, so gracious thank you. All righty. Moving into the next item of business, PUC. Mr. Branson.
So the biggest news is that the PUC has issued a notice of proposed rulemaking on the topic of 911 reliability. Sorry, I lost my train of thought because I was reading a comment. On the topic of 911 reliability, comment deadline has been set for April 22nd. Reply comments are due by April 29th. If anybody would like the link to look up that proceeding and read the draft rules, I can, let me know and I can send you the link directly. Otherwise, you can look it up on the PUC website. The proceeding number is 22R as in Robert, dash 0122T as in Tom, 22R dash 0122T. And we just really encourage anybody who might have some comments or thoughts on how to improve the proposed rules to let us know. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, Daryl. Any questions for the PUC? Alrighty, we'll move into national news. Mr. Romero, what you got for Nina?
All right, thanks, Adam. So just a reminder that the 2022 Conference and Expo is coming up in June of this year. Be sure and get signed up for that if you have not already. If you plan to participate in the Run for 911, that will be the kickoff for the conference this year, and registration is open for that. So be sure and take a look at that. Jennifer, don't miss out on your full cadre of shirts that you have from every one of those events. So you want to make sure you get in on that. Membership renewal season has ended as of the end of March. So if you did not renew your NINA membership before the end of March, you are expired and you are not part of the NINA membership. So please get your membership renewed just as soon as possible. Awards and scholarships. The award deadline for McMurray, Stanton, and Goldline have closed. But again, one more time, just a quick shameless plug for Karen and I for the Derby race for the Goldlines to benefit the Goldline Scholarship. The links are in the chat session, as well as our own Facebook pages and LinkedIn pages. So please take a look at those and help us out if you can at all. Very soon, the online on-demand virtual academy partnership with NINA for the telecommunicator course will be providing a members only discount very soon. So if you have folks that you'd like to get signed up into that, watch for that members only discount that'll be coming out very soon.
Does that come with a jacket?
Pardon me?
Does that come with a jacket? Members only jackets?
Yeah, maybe not this time. Not with the discount, Brad. You have to pay full price.
Right, got it.
That was a dad level joke, Brad. I appreciate that.
It totally was, and it totally took me off guard. It took me a minute to get it.
Yeah, I'm at the tail end of a graveyard, so yeah.
If you are working on your E&P certification, there is a new version of the E&P reference manual. It's version 6.1. So if you think you need to grab a hold of that to get you prepared for that exam, please take a look at the NINA website for that. NINA voting for the board of directors is still open. In this region, you would be voting for the second VP. We have two candidates, Leanne Magowski from California and Melanie Austin Neal from North Carolina. So that closes April 15th. Please be sure to get your votes in right away. That came out on March 15th. So be sure to search back through your email to find that and reach out to Bree Robinson at NINA if you don't have that. Once again, another plug for the EPRC, the Enhanced PSAP Registry. If you have not gotten access for all of your telecommunicators for the EPRC, please take a look at the NINA website for that. Huge benefits to having the EPRC and dealing with calls that are outside of your good event and pretty good conversations with members of Congress, but there is still work to be done. We still ask that you reach out to your members of Congress asking for support for the 911 Saves Act, the federal funding for NG 911, as well as the reauthorization of the 911 Program Office. So the National 911 Office will cease to exist this year if it does not get reauthorized. I think the chances are high, but it doesn't hurt to put that pressure on. And then there is, as you know, a staffing crisis in 911, and NINA will be forming a work group that will create resources to assist in this critical endeavor. So if you're interested in participation in this work group, please contact April Heinze with Nina, and that's aheinze@nina.org, or email me if you need her contact information, and I can put you in touch with her. And I believe that's all I have.
Awesome. Thank you, Bruce. Anybody got any questions for National Nina? All righty. Thank you, sir. Moving in, Ms. Kirkland, what has APCO got?
APCO is shocked to hear that there's a national staffing crisis in 911. Just kidding. That was a joke. I did not speak for APCO there. Bruce, I already signed up for the 5K. So I want to add to my
I assumed you had
medals. And when I told my team about it, because we're taking a team of people to Nina this year, I encouraged them to run, and they're like, well, can we walk? And I said, yes. And they're like, will you walk with us? And I'm like, well, I'm torn. I want to walk with you, but I also want to see if I can add another trophy to my register. So consider you're all challenged.
Jennifer, you can run, win your trophy, and then you can go back and walk with them.
I will absolutely do that. I also told Robert Croft this year that if he pours water on me, he should expect to be murdered. So you guys can just come for the fireworks, apparently, to this fun run. It's going to be great. Okay, so APCO Flash Day was April 4th, so you missed Flash Day, unfortunately, but the registration for the National Conference in Anaheim is still open, so please register. The tickets for the Connect and Celebrate dinner, the Distinguished Achievers Breakfast, and the Food for Thought luncheon are going quickly. Those are all ticketed events that you must add on to your registration. So if that's something that you're interested in, I encourage you to get after it sooner rather than later. They also, what was I going to say along those same lines? The Connect and Celebrate dinner, the Food for Thought luncheon, and the Distinguished Achievers Breakfast. Oh, and I sent out an email, but I kind of wanted to get a head count for who on the board might be going to National APCO. Every year, the Commercial Advisory Members group puts on a breakfast, and it's extremely informative and a great place to network. But they only save places for the CCAM members at the chapter and then 2 other board members. So we just have to coordinate who wants to go to that. So if you're going to the conference and you want to go to that CCAM breakfast, would you just email me so that we can tell them who to expect and RSVP, so we can make sure we support Ken Carson in that. Otherwise, APCO has classes going on that I encourage you to check out. And right now we're just gearing toward the conference. So other than that, I don't have too much of an update.
Awesome. Thank you, Jennifer. Anybody got any questions for National APCO? All righty. Bruce, you had made comment. What were they again? I don't know where that came in. What are you needing clarification on, sir?
No, Jennifer repeated them. I was asking about the events that didn't come with the regular registration.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
All righty. We'll move into new business. Let me actually put you guys on mute real quick, and I'm going to run out and get Raylene.
Hey, Jody. Oh, sorry, Jen.
Oh, you go first.
I was just going to say, Jody, did you catch my comment about contacting Eve? Jody Chin.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Raylene.
Hey, Raylene.
So, since I haven't heard anything what's going on, because our floor's kind of busy, I'm assuming we're at elections, and my question to the board, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just need to know how we want to handle the tie. Do we want to take Scott's willingness to just step down and concede, or do we need to do any other type of process for that to happen?
Well, from a bylaw standpoint, there's nothing in there, so it's basically just what we want to do, I think.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I saw as well. I couldn't find anything that differed.
Does anyone have any concerns or issues with Scott's email about concession to the other applicant, Gina?
No, I support it. Just giving the opportunity to new people to get involved in the chapter is great. Scott's still part of the membership committee, so he'd still be involved. And I think it gives other people opportunities, which I think is a bonus.
This is Jennifer. I would second that, but I would also like to thank Scott for his service and leadership on the board. I thought that was super gracious of him to make it easy. But I don't want to discount his influence that he's had on the board, and I appreciate his service.
Yeah, 100%. I agree, Jennifer.
And that's probably something we should have the bylaws committee take a look at, so we're not caught off guard in the future. I can't believe we never thought of that in the past.
Yeah, Matt and I will take a look at that and bring something probably by next meeting, at least an idea or a draft or where it should belong, and we can workshop it.
I'll reach out to National NINA and ask them what they do in the event of a tie and see if we can just use some of their language too.
That would be wonderful. And Jen, if you can reach out to APCO and do the same, that would be great.
Sure.
Okay, well then with that, I will go ahead and mark it as Gina taking over that position, and I'll get the email sent out to reach out to all of the nominees, the runners, to let them know how they fared in the process and what's next. I would assume that we'll get them to be at the conference specifically for which day was it?
Friday.
For their swearing in.
Vivek, can you confirm that is on Friday?
Hold on, let me see if I can pull up our schedule real quick.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do too.
Well, or if you'd prefer, I can notify them and then just have them reach out to you, Yvette, so you can let them know the schedule if that'd be easiest.
Yvette, will we be able to have them stream in or call in if they're not able to make it to the actual physical conference just for that swearing in piece?
Yeah, we'd probably have to check with the venue. I'm not 100% sure. I know we were looking at doing that last year, but I don't think it was going to work out so good. But I can definitely follow up with them. It is on Friday from 12 to 1:30 for the swearing in.
Okay, well, I can include that in the email that they'll need to be present then. Friday. And that's for the luncheon, right?
Yeah. Alrighty, sounds like we got a pretty good heading on where we're going with elections. Any other comments, questions, or concerns for Raylene as far as elections go?
This is Jennifer. I don't have any concerns for Raylene. I think Raylene did a great job running the elections, but for the board to consider and discuss probably at future board meetings, we need to figure out how we can increase the participation in our voting process. We have, 1,700 members and 70 voted. So throughout the year, I think we need to be looking at how we can increase that participation.
No, I totally agree. I think a lot of it has to do with our footprint, each of the centers as well. The more active we are, the more we're helping out. And the education committee is a big part of that. And thank you for all you've done so far, Jen. But that's a big part is, people are seeing the NINA, APCO, the Colorado state stuff more than they have been in the past. And I think that'll help, hopefully.
And this is Daryl. It's probably because I'm on the technology committee. I'm always looking for a technological solution, but I think the new app, if we really leverage it, we can get people more engaged, through push notifications and reminding them to vote and things like that. I think might help.
I was just going to add that it might be something that's beneficial. I know in the past, the regional directors kind of had a big role. I don't remember what they were called when they would kind of go around the PSAPs in their region to help encourage some of those encourage some of the involvement in participation and in participating in the election. So maybe that's something to look at as well.
Yeah, for sure. I think that is something that we can definitely put on the radar as far as creating a plan for the coming years, especially the coming elections, since we're getting ready to have a whole new board. Alrighty. Thanks, Raylene. Any other last comments for elections? Alrighty. Anybody got any other new business that they'd like to discuss? Anybody got any old business that needs to be continued on or hashed out? All right, hearing nothing, you guys know what time it is.
Adam, I know that this is Mandy Stolzheimer from Wesco. I'm not a board member, and if I missed it, I apologize, but is there like room for community comment for non-board members?
Of course, Mandy. Yeah, you're completely welcome to make comments on anything that you'd like to, ma'am.
Kind of on the heels of whomever said it, sorry, I can't remember who it was, about the regional directors reaching out to the comm centers. I think that is a fantastic idea, not just to encourage participation in elections, but also just to have a better understanding of what the local chapters honestly do. I have to admit, and I'm quite ashamed of, but I recently went through the RPL program, and that's not what I'm ashamed of. But in the last segment of that RPL program, as most of you already have it, you realize that entire coursework in course 6 is about APCO, both at the national level and the state level. And I was ashamed to realize how woefully uneducated I was on that. And it was a great learning opportunity for me. And I realized that while my organization pays for membership for all of our staff, I really don't think we utilize it. And I don't think that they know what it can do for them or what they can do for the chapter. And so when those emails come out about voting, they just delete them, or I suspect that's what happens. So Brad, I know you're one of our regional directors. I think going around and giving a quick presentation and chatting with people and other PSAPs might be great engagement. I know it's a little politicking, but I don't know how many other directors are out there like me who maybe have fallen short on our understanding of all the resources APCO has to offer, and what we can do and how we can be involved here at the state level.
No, I think you're totally right, Mandy, and I would love to do that. I'm going to reach out to you and coordinate some stuff to really do that for the region and talk about both NENA and APCO, and on top of that, start really peddling that professional development for our agencies, because I think that's going to be a cool resource for benefit for people in, each PSAP, saying, hey, if you want to improve or increase your career, these are some of the resources that we can help you with during that. So that like when you have your RPL stuff, instead of having to figure out who is going to assist you, that you'll already know, and you'll have like an advocate that's there with you through it.
I agree. So one of the things that came up for us in my center here in Montrose is people really are interested in RPL, but the service project, for instance, was their deterrent. And I was trying to provide other opportunities, like other ideas on how they could fulfill that service project. But honestly, I mean, nobody from Wesco is even involved at our state level, to include me. And so we can start bridging that gap, and then that ties in nicely with professional development, specifically for things like RPL, because having just completed it, and Kathy, you were one of my instructors for one of the courses. Thank you. I'm probably your worst student. But I realized that information and those skills taught would be so valuable for line level supervisors and aspiring supervisors. But the idea of a service project that benefits the state is overwhelming to them, and they don't know where to start, and so they just don't do it. So I guess I'm saying is grass level education could really go a long way and could, I think, really boost our chapter as a whole.
Mandy, we definitely appreciate all of your comments, and I think that it gives each and every one of us on the board a kind of gut check to make sure that we are reaching out, because I agree. I think that grassroots level connection is really what gets that involvement going, not just in elections, but like you said, in the chapter as a whole. Thank you, Mandy. Anybody got any other comments or questions about that? All right, anybody, anything else that they would like to discuss for the April 8th meeting? Got to end you guys on a dad joke just like every month. Why did Beethoven get rid of all his chickens? All they ever did was talk about Bach, Bach, Bach.
Oh my gosh.
Physically painful.
Whoa.
All righty, can I get a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Kathy. Can I get a second? All righty. Thanks, guys. You guys have a great April. We'll see you at the conference.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Thanks, everybody, for making it a fun meeting.
It was fun.